there, it's Miriam and Ori here on June 1st, 2017 with a 4-card reading using the Feng Shui Tarot. As usual, I've drawn a card of the day, a card focusing on what we're releasing today, a card focusing on the energy that we're increasing today, and finally an advice card to bring it all together. I'll also be reading the Shadow card and Higher Self cards. Looking at the sort of patterns in the cards to see what other sort of deeper messages are present. All right, so our card of the day today is the Ace of Swords. So in this deck, the suit of swords is represented by white tigers. And so, as we can see, this tiger is drinking from a river or whatever, but it looks like it's getting ready to start out on a new journey. So the Ace of Swords is all about starting out in new patterns of thought and action, sort of stabbing out in a new direction, basically. So, yeah, that's a pretty positive card for the first day of a month. Starting out with new ways of thinking, new ways of acting, developing new patterns in your life. So, the card for what we're releasing today is the Six of Pentacles. So, as we can see in this card, the dragon's sort of hanging up some lanterns. The traditional meaning for this card is sort of like charitable giving, that's a mouthful, but it's of distributing wealth so that everybody benefits. So in the traditional card, you see a man standing at the gate of his big estate, passing out money to some very happy beggars. That's what we're releasing today. I'm thinking we're going to take the sword and the Ace of Swords and sort of stab out on our own, like I said, but try to find ways of providing for yourself, ways that make it so that you don't have to seek outside help, that you realize the resources that you have and figure out how to use them in the best way possible so that you can be more self-sufficient than anything. Yeah. So our card for what we're increasing agrees with that. It's the Eight of Cups. So as we can see, we've got a little phoenix here. It's kind of sitting in the middle of a river on some rocks, but it's stretching its wings. It's getting ready to fly away. So it's getting ready to rise above something that might be sort of overwhelming it. Well, that's kind of interesting too, because our card in my week ahead spread that I posted on my blog on Monday for today is the Seven of Cups. So this is the card after that in the deck. The Seven of Cups speaks of emotional overwhelm as a result of having a lot of options to choose from. So what we're increasing today is trying to choose one of those options and figuring out how we're going to move ahead, how we're going to move on, how we're going to spread our phoenix wings and rise above. So our advice today is the Page of Wands. So that's talking about, grabbing on to that new inspiring energy that's really been surrounding us for the past week, 2 weeks, I don't know, but this is a card that's been coming up a lot lately, the Page of Wands. So in relation to our Eight of Cups, it's talking about, keep sparking, keep working with that spark that has inspired you recently, and maybe today start really acting on it with our Ace of Swords and our Eight of Cups there. So there's a lot of movement and action in our cards today. We're releasing the thought pattern, the idea that we need other people to support us. We're trying to find ways to be more self-sufficient and do things on our own today. So, our Shadow card is the Six of Swords, another white tiger there. So this is really saying that our messages for today are just a part of a healing process that we've been going through. We are healing. We're jumping over that river, which is a recurring image in today's cards even. So as you can see, there's just one final little hop, one little push to move past whatever we're trying to heal from. We just gotta push today, trust that we can do it on our own, and get moving. So Our higher self card, again, is the King of Swords, very much agreeing with all that. This is about harnessing your own power, knowing when to use it and when not to. So as we can see, this king is petting the fierce tiger, but it looks very tame. He realizes that he has enough control that he doesn't need to actually be holding his sword. He's stuck it in the ground there because he's so much, in control of his mental output of his thoughts and actions that he doesn't need force. He's just totally confident and in control. So that's us today. How about? Let's see. So there were no major arcana cards today, so if there's been anything exciting going on with you, know that the dust is settling today. There shouldn't be anything too new and exciting being added to that. So again, we're moving on, we're healing. Let's see. Yeah, one of the patterns was there were 3 swords cards, so sometimes I'll interpret that almost as another minor arcana card, which in this case is the 3 of swords. So that's suggesting that what we're working on today has to do with actually something quite heartbreaking, something kind of painful that may have happened earlier in the week. So we're just working on getting past that. That Ace of Swords will play a big part in that. It's deciding to pick up the most important piece of the equation, which is yourself, and figuring out what you're going to do, what you can do to move on. So, one of the strongest messages is just to persevere, keep hoping. Know that if you're having a hard time choosing what to do today, just keep thinking on it. Don't choose to push it out of your mind. Keep thinking, keep figuring out how you can best take action towards the future that you want. And I think that's just about it. Oh, I thought it was interesting to notice that in our main 4 cards, there was 1 from each suit. So that's kind of suggesting that the elements are balancing again. The reading as a whole was very swords heavy, so just keep thinking. Don't stop thinking. And don't try to push things out of your mind. Today's energy is really fertile for thinking things through and coming up with new solutions. So I think that's about it for today. Thanks for joining me. If you're interested in a private reading with me, please check out my Etsy shop. You can search Tantramar Taroscopes on Etsy, and I'm also going to put the link in the description under the video. You can find me on Instagram as well under the handle TaroscopeMim. And I'm on Facebook under Tantramar Taroscopes. And you can check out my blog at tantramartaroscopes.com. I think that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you like my videos. And we'll talk to you soon.